One of the nice things about Google Earth is you can pre-populate and set places to go. It can be somewhat frustrating to try to search for things, and if you're in front of a class or even if you're trying to do something quickly. So I'm going to show you how you can set some place marks and then open them up later. So I'm going to right click on My Places, click Add, and I'm going to create a folder, and that's where my place marks for this lesson are going to go. I'm going to put in Shakespeare lesson. And you can write more information here describing it if you want. And I found the Globe Theater. It's a replication of it. And I can find some information about it, but I'm actually just going to go into it. And the nice thing is I can go right through the wall, and you can see I can see the Globe Theater here in the stage. So I'm going to set my first place mark. So I'm going to click on the yellow thumbtack, and it brings up the place mark. And I'm just going to say Globe Theater. And again, you could type a lot of information in here about it if you want. But what you might want to do so that the place mark doesn't just hover above the Globe Theater is I can go to View. And I can snapshot the current view. So the place mark is really going to be this picture that I'm setting. Whatever I'm looking at, if I hit Snapshot Current View, that's going to make that place mark that. If I don't like yellow thumbtacks, I can make it something else. I'm just going to leave it for this. I'm going to click OK. And now we have the Globe Theater within my Shakespeare lesson. It's in that folder. Now I'm going to search for Agincourt, France. Pretend I'm doing something on Henry V. And for this, I'm just going to go and do a place mark for the spot. I am going to switch this just to make it look a little different. I'm going to snapshot the view because I wanted to come in this close and I might have some more historical data about where the battle was. I'm going to snapshot the current view, say, and I'm going to title it Battle of Agincourt. And this is, you can go into the description and add a bunch of information. This is the famous battle that Henry V won. I'm going to click OK. And now you can see I have these in there. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to add them into the folder, because as I made them, they didn't go into the folder. I want the folder to hold all of my Shakespeare stuff. And you can see that now, and I'll release, makes it a little easier to see. So now I'm going to right click on the folder itself, and I can save places as. It makes a KMZ file and it goes to my desktop. So I'm going to save that. So I have saved it to my very messy desktop. I've even closed Google Earth, but here's the file that I saved. And I'm going to double click on it. And it's actually going to open Google Earth. And it's going to bring up my two place marks. Now if I go to the folder, this is actually very neat. I go down and this little folder, it's got a little play button there. It's hard to see. I'm going to click. I'm going to make sure that the only thing selected is my Shakespeare lesson. And I'm going to select play. And now it's going to go into the places that I have. I actually put the file for Agincourt above the Globe Theater, so it's going to go in the reverse direction that I wanted it, but it's still, you get the point. If I reverse those, I would get it, and see, it takes me directly into the Globe Theater. So you could have as many of those as you want. You could do that with all of Shakespeare's plays, any kind of Tale of Two Cities. You could have some really interesting things that you wanted to do.